Welcome,
Hello.
welcome. What's up, Chris?
How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. So, welcome, Time Freedom Daily. We're back again for your daily dose of knowledge that we're going to break down. Just some information that's going to help you attain the mindset to go into whatever you need to do for time freedom, for success, understanding what to do. So we're here. So,
Dude, I just saw your
Chris,
shirt. I love that shirt.
mindset is everything, man.
That's it. I love that. Just saw that.
Excellent. So let's start out by just briefly going over the markets. Why don't we start out with pulling up CoinMarketCap, see what the crypto market's doing?
I can do that. Here we are. Share the screen.
Awesome. Do you have the chart up? Do you have
Oh, let me go
the
to.
coin list, please?
Yep. There we go.
There we go. Okay. So, folks, every day we're gonna talk about where the market's at. Are we in the green? Right now for the 24-hour, Bitcoin is up, and the market is up as a whole. Sentiment is strong. I want to talk about real quickly, not necessarily specific coins, but what we try to do. Understanding crypto is we try not to follow the price swings. We know the volatility is there, right, Chris?
Mm-hmm.
So what we're going to look at is the on-chain metrics. So there's a couple websites out there. We're not going to show you them right now, but we are going to put together a couple videos that kind of goes into it. The website's called Glassnode, and it tracks the on-chain metrics. Everything in the crypto world is tracked, which is kind of funny because so many people think that all of the people that are in criminals and stuff like that, they're using cryptocurrencies so that they're untraceable. Well, it's an absolute lie. Every transaction going back and forth in the crypto industry, it is tracked. And so we have all these on-chain metrics that show us who's buying, who's holding, are there wallets out there that have not had transfers of money or transfers of Bitcoin, and there are people out there that are called whales. Some whales are individuals like you and me. Some whales are institutions, banks, insurance companies, private houses that are managing money for many, many people. And what we want to do is we want to track that movement.
Mm-hmm.
When the movement of coins leave those whale wallets, we have to be concerned in where the market's going. So right now, those whale wallets are strong. All of the movement that we're seeing is more retail investors like you and me that don't have very much, or we see a story that may have been recycled, we call it FUD, that is not real information, or it's old information, and it's put back out there on these news outlets at a fee so that people have fear and are like, oh my gosh, I've seen this story, China bans crypto. Even though that story came from 2013, we're seeing it again, and people get scared out of their coins. Well, the whales, the people that are holding these coins long term and see where we're going, are not being shook out because they've seen these stories 1,000 times. So that's what we're watching. So right now, our market cap is approaching $2 billion. We're really close. And long term, history doesn't repeat itself in the crypto market, but they say it rhymes, right? So what we're seeing now is Septembers are notoriously bad or poor, or usually down months. Now, we're not necessarily down right now, but it hasn't been an upward trajectory movement in the month of September. October, November, December, the fourth quarter, historically, are strong. So we're really plugged in right now, waiting for this market to move upward. And I really want to share today is just, sentiment is strong. Nothing of the on-chain analysts and metrics have changed. The only thing that people are seeing are price fluctuations based on newer coins, newer wallets, and the movement between those coins and how they are in the market. And I'll be honest with you, one of the worst things out there right now are Bitcoin futures, where you can bet on Bitcoin, not necessarily using real Bitcoin, but with leverage, you're using paper money. And all of these swings are happening when, people get liquidated or their trades don't go well. And it really is a scary thing because the SEC is trying to regulate cryptocurrency, and they're allowing this to go on every day. And people like you and me are betting our hard-earned Bitcoin, and we're losing. And there's no safety there. There's nothing that can happen. So, market sentiment is the best. We always talk about with investments, it's not about timing the market. It's about time in the market. So hodl, hold on to your coins, find out what's going on, find out what the whales are doing. And then from there, that's where you make your decision. So Chris, what do you have on this?
Yeah, I totally agree. FUD, for those of you all that are just kind of hearing this, and I know I've had some comments that some of our viewers are not in the space at all. They're still on the sidelines. They're still just checking it out. FUD is it's an acronym for fear, uncertainty, and doubt. And it comes from, like you said, it may even be false information. But these people, the whales and it's funny, I was listening to one of the other YouTubers in the car this morning, and I had my kids in the car, and the YouTuber was talking about whales and bear market and bull market, and my son was like, "What are all these animals?" And I was like, "Well, that's funny, but it's a term that people use when you're talking about trading assets, all of them, whether it's stocks or currencies or whatever it is." But the FUD can come from those whales, and whales can be, really like John said, huge accounts. And so where we're talking about trading little bits and pieces here on a daily basis, whales can be trading millions of dollars per transactions. And if you're a whale and you plan to buy millions of dollars worth of a certain asset next week, for you to put out a little bit of negative information, just float that negative information out that will drop the market by 3, 4, 5%, so that you can buy it up cheaper next week. That's a lot of what goes on. And yeah, that is market manipulation, but it's part of life. We know that market manipulation happens. We got to be smart and like they kind of say that, ride with the whales, don't try and fight them. And so that's kind of what we try and do every day, right, John?
Absolutely. So let's go into the traditional markets. Let's see what's going on with the Dow and the NASDAQ. It's been a difficult day for that market for sure.
Yeah, it has not been super. I agree. Hang on one second.
Right. Here. Last time I looked, sure, take your time. Last time I looked, I want to say that the Dow Jones, the industrial average, that's all of the stocks that are traded, publicly traded companies, is down close to 500 points.
Yeah, these are them over here. The Dow Jones
gotcha.
Right now is
down 412. Yep,
412.
I see that. So real basic on that. Right now there's a lot of uncertainty with government spending. We've got this big infrastructure bill that was approved that was going to take care of roadways and infrastructure and all this stuff like that. And it was approved at a $3.5 trillion price tag, which means we really have to go out, or the government has to go out and print another $3.5 trillion. It makes me think about, what is our dollar really worth? I know going to stores right now, I'm buying stuff that I was buying last year, and it's 50, 60% more. And they're saying, oh, inflation's only 3%. No way. Inflation is way up. Gas prices are way up. And now that we have to print $3.5 trillion, that's unfortunately, it's a drop in the bucket, because we have people in the Senate right now that are trying to sneak in another $5 trillion of extra funding for other projects they want to get approved within this bill. And we're talking $8 trillion. It's ridiculous. And right now markets are down. We have to lift the debt ceiling, which means how much debt is the U.S. government allowed to have at one time before a government has to shut down. So they raise the debt ceiling, which it makes all of our dollars worth so much less, which for me, again, this is not financial advice. We're not ever giving financial advice. We're not financial advisors in any sense of the word. This is our own personal knowledge and opinions, is why crypto long-term is such a very appealing asset. When people are moving their dollars from gold, silver into crypto, which they are, which is why gold has been dropping, because money's being moved out of that asset because they see so much more value long term in the crypto industry. which they call Bitcoin digital gold, that it really is mouth-watering to me, and I know you feel very
It is.
similar.
It's true, and that's why we see countries like El Salvador adopting it. Probably not necessarily as a way of spending your money, and that's a bit of a misconception as well. People, yeah, there's all these businesses that now will take Bitcoin. Most people are not going to go buy a hamburger with their Bitcoin. At least if you're smart, you're not, because that hamburger can end up being $1,000 hamburger in 2 or 3 years. But it is a store of value. It is a hedge against inflation, which is kind of what John was talking about. And it is. We're starting to see that mass adoption, and the market is really changing. And I'm starting to see that sentiment among a few of the analysts and the guys that love to go over charts, and I love charts too. I'm very much a mathematical kind of person, but the real world has changed. So yes, the charts are always going to be applicable, but you got to take the charts with a grain of salt and
Right.
look at what's going on in the world. And
We're an emotional country. Things are also moved so much by emotion. Before you go any further, I want to share with the viewers a funny story, just to kind of give you a perspective of where cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin came from. Back in 2012, it's the famous pizza story. Some of you probably have heard it. Maybe none of you have heard it, but it's gonna floor you even hearing it the fifth time. This person had 10,000 Bitcoin. At the time, it was worth pennies, and he bought 2 pizzas with that 10,000 Bitcoin. That 10,000 Bitcoin today, which is only 9.5 years later, is now worth $440 million. Can you imagine? So, I mean, to talk about adoption, talking about, how banks are applying for traded funds that they can trade on the stock market, and, everyone's looking for ways to invest in other ways than just actually going and buying a Bitcoin or part of a Bitcoin or a fraction of a Bitcoin. When it's on the stock market, which is going to happen soon, you're gonna know that we're in the mainstream. We're there. I mean, you're hearing about it every day. It's on Bloomberg TV. I mean, if it wasn't real, it wouldn't be on Bloomberg, right? So that's something that really excites me in the asset category that we're in with crypto, versus traditional fiat or money that's backed by a government and not necessarily backed by anything of value other than their reputation, which scares me right now, because it seems like the U.S. is just spending money hand over fist. It's absolutely ridiculous. So leave us with a final comment on that before we move on to our main topic of the day.
No, it is. It's true. And a lot of people, even talking about the housing market, everybody looks at the house price going up, not necessarily the value of the dollar going down. And it's, it's funny how the news and the media spins that. All these prices are going up, but it's all exciting. But the reality of it is a house is still a house. And yeah, house prices are going up a little bit, as they will. But the bigger reality of it is your dollar is just buying less. And you can look at that in the same way. It's buying less of a car, less of a used car, less of a mountain bike, less of lumber, less of, the list goes on and on and on. It's the dollar buying less, not necessarily just everything appreciating. So
absolutely. What a great point. It's just, if you didn't really understand what Chris was saying there, which I know he was talking very, very easy for everybody, but as your property value goes up, it's not necessarily your property value increasing; it's the value of the dollar going down, because it's really like an inverse operation. It's absolutely ridiculous that people are so, and believe me, real estate's a safe play for sure, but your capturing of your equity is not necessarily because the house is actually worth more. It's because the dollar is worth less, which makes the price of the house go up. So, so Chris, lead us into what we're going to be talking about today for our main topic.
So Thursdays, we want to kind of go over some different ideas. The channel is about time freedom. And, both John and I have gotten that our time freedom beyond our 9 to 5s. People call it a side hustle. People call it, a second source of income or a third source of income. And that's really what we want to talk about on Thursdays. And we're going to play with these days as we kind of go on, but we've kind of put out some days. And so Thursdays, we want to talk about some ideas. And if you guys have ideas, if anybody in the audience have found a side hustle or a second or third source of income that's really cool, let us know. Drop it in the chat, and kind of let us know what's worked out for you. But we want to talk about on Thursdays is that multiple source of income or that other side hustle. And something that's very near and dear to both John and I is network marketing or multi-level marketing. We've both come from a very successful experience in this world, and you're going to hear a lot of FUD about network marketing because a lot of people don't understand it. It's very misunderstood. Yes, not everybody is a winner. Not everybody's a winner in anything. Not everybody that opens a restaurant has become a winner in opening a restaurant. So it's not, it's not guaranteed success for anybody, but it is an amazing business opportunity, right?
Absolutely, for sure. So, just to add on to that, what we're going to talk about is, what is network marketing? What are some of the negative connotations or the urban legends that many hear? Are they real? Are they not real? What I want to start with is just a brief story. I was talking to Chris about this earlier, and I was introduced to what I thought was multi-level marketing, network marketing, very, very early on, probably back in 1992. I'm not going to name the name of the company, but I'm going to tell you that there are some definite bad companies out there that are full-on pyramid schemes that, and I just want to bring to light, and this is really, really important to people that are trying to understand network marketing for the first time or multi-level marketing, whatever you want to say. If you're only compensated when one of your products or services are sold, and that's the only way that you're earning compensation, that is not a pyramid scheme. A pyramid scheme, and I'm going to give you the exact explanation and example of what a pyramid scheme is. Let's say that your company that you're working for has asked you to recruit an individual, and all network marketing companies ask you to recruit. But let's just say that person that you brought on to your network marketing company has to pay a $250 sign-up fee. And out of that sign-up fee, you and people that are above you are compensated by pieces of that dollar. So there's no product or service being sold, right? It's just a recruitment bonus. And then on top of that, you can earn commissions from whatever product or service you're selling. Do not get involved in that type of company because that company is a pyramid scheme. If you represent a company like Chris and I represent, that you have a product, for us it's product, not services, that when somebody buys and you earn a commission from that, there's nothing illegal, there's nothing wrong with that. That is a true network marketing, multi-level marketing company that is a real deal company. Now, let's not even get into the products. Some products are better than others. Mm-hmm. We happen to love our products. We know our products work well. It's why we've been with the company so long. I'm coming up on my 8-year anniversary with our company. And I've had many, many messages, emails, phone calls of people that have said, thank you for these products. They've really changed my life. That's what it's all about. There are companies out there that have hair and makeup products. There are companies out there that have all kinds of other products that are absolutely amazing. And the most important thing is it helping somebody else solve a problem. And, I always say that in network marketing, if you're not a problem-solving solution provider, then you shouldn't be doing it, right? If you're not in it to help people or bring something to them that's going to help them, that is, the wrong way of going about it. So going back to my story, I was introduced to this company, and I was excited. Oh my gosh, the compensation plan and all these things and recruitment and do this, and you're going to get this money and this money when this person comes on. And I was like, I had no idea what was good, bad, or indifferent. I just knew that, oh my gosh, I can make some money, and I want to give this a shot. So long story short, after a few years, this company was shut down because it was deemed a pyramid scheme and not up to the standards of the network marketing profession. And, that is what you need to look for. So if your friend or family member comes to you and says, hey, we are going to share this product with you. Why don't you sample it out, give it a try, let us know how it is. If you want to order, let us know. That's what I want to do. I want to support my friends and family, right? I want to support them. I want to support them because I'd rather them make the money than go to a big box store and having, the CEO over there make all the money, right? I want to support my friends and family.
Exactly. That's it.
So, Chris, what do you got to say on that?
No, that's it 100%. And it's funny. I was blessed or lucky enough to grow up with a mom and Mary Kay. Another success story. She had become a single mom when my parents got divorced and was looking for another way to support her family without having to work all the time. And she was lucky enough, she had a 9-to-5, and she was lucky enough one day after work to go to a Mary Kay meeting and decided to give it a shot. And that shot within a year was working out well enough that she was able to quit her 9-to-5, got the free car, was doing very well, and she was able to start working from home. No, it wasn't easy. No, it wasn't overnight success. It's not a money printing machine. She worked her butt off. She did. John and I do as well. It's not easy. You don't sit back and watch the money roll in, but she did really well. And so myself growing up with that inspiration, that was light bulbs going off for me because I come from that environment. And same thing, like I love a lot of the products and for some reason, a lot of people don't even want to hear about a certain product because it comes from this industry. And it's a shame because if it's, they view it as if it's not on this shelf of your department store or your drugstore, or your grocery store, then it must not be good. And that couldn't be more false. Some of the best products I've ever tried from not even companies that I've ever been a part of are fantastic. These companies just choose this way to market their product. And really that's it.
Absolutely. It is, I just want to, definitely put a disclaimer out for this one as well. We're never going to check wag here. We're never going to tell you what we make. We don't do any type of income claims. There's no product claims. What we're just trying to make you understand is that a lot of people here that are going to be listening here have a 9-to-5.
Right.
And there's nothing wrong with that. Chris and I both had 9-to-5s for a very long time. What allowed us to have the time freedom was what we did from 5 to 9 at night, or even later, or even on the weekends, that allowed us to, at some point, be able to leave the 9-to-5 because we wanted that time freedom to do what we wanted to do, to achieve more, to help others, to not be tied down. But I did the 9-to-5 and my 5 to 9 for many years.
Yeah.
And, there's nothing wrong with that. We only have a certain amount of time on this life, in this world, to be able to make the money and set the legacy up for our families and for our families to do something better. So if you're not doing it hard, then be comfortable. This conversation may not be for you.
Right.
And
that's okay.
Absolutely. So, I love the fact that we can do what we want with our business when we want it. And, we're going to talk about a lot more different opportunities or ways to make money in a side hustle. We're going to try to do this every week. And we're also going to be bringing on people in interview capacity to share what they do, whether they're entrepreneurs, whether they're, they work a side hustle as well, whatever it is. There's different ways to get to where you want to go. And we want to try to show you as many people and many successful people as possible that have done that by just making a choice, right? The mindset, it's having that mindset that you don't want to be comfortable, that you're willing to make the tough choices and the hard sacrifices to go on to that next level. And, that's definitely going to be exciting. What do you think, Chris?
For sure. And not everybody, we're never going to bash or think anything less of anybody that doesn't have an entrepreneurial mindset. That's okay. I know so many people that are really happy in life, being an employee and having that comfort level. I totally get it. That wasn't me. It was never me. We're just different people, you know. But there's certainly nothing wrong with that. And you know, it's I've read a lot of books. You know, we've been talking about motivational books and business books lately, and it's funny. I read a lot of these. I read from a lot of books of people that have made it. You want to learn from people that have made it, and even a lot of people that have never been in this industry talk about if they had to redo it again, they would choose network marketing. Um, but like John said, you know, we do want to hear from all kinds of different side hustles. What's worked for you? And actually, while I'm on that message, remember to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. If you like what you're seeing, we would both really appreciate that, and it helps other people see this as well, and helps the channel grow. And you never know what tips you're going to get from this today or tomorrow.
I mean, Chris, this is a new side hustle for us. You know, we're trying to build this into something that could potentially earn us some money. I mean, it's definitely possible. There's many YouTubers out there that are doing it. So we have to make our content fresh. We got to make sure that we connect with our audience. And if there's something you guys want to hear or see or us to touch on, you know, we want to hear about it. You know, we're learning. We're learning. I'm stumbling through some of the things that I'm saying. It's just what it is. I'm not a professional speaker, but I have a passion. I have the mindset, and I've skinned my knee enough times on this road that I can share from my experience, because we don't learn from our victories, Chris, right? We learn from our failures.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was actually, that's a great quote. I read that quote in another book yesterday, talking about, you know, you don't learn from your wins, you learn a lot from your losses. And that's very true. So yeah, I mean, same thing. I love sharing my experience and sharing what I've learned, and I love seeing other people's lives get a little bit brighter by anything we can offer. And so, you know, it's definitely a passion of mine, and I love what we're doing here. I'm really proud of this. And you never know, we're not gonna change everybody, but if we can help somebody just start thinking a little bit differently this afternoon or this evening, maybe thinking like, yeah, you know what, I don't hate my job, but it certainly would be nice to start building something for the future. Then that's it. You know, if we can get one person thinking like that, that's great. I call that a win.
You know, when I started with this our current venture at Lavelle, you know, it was, what if I can earn to cover my car payment?
Yeah.
And then we earned the car payment, and then we earned the free auto bonus. So I had the auto bonus, plus I had the car payment money coming in, and it grew from there. It was like, you know, you just have to continue to move forward through it and understand that not everybody's going to say yes. You're going to get a lot of no's, but it's being able to understand, to move through and continue the work. I mean, quitting is the worst thing you can do.
Absolutely.
You know, you're not only quitting what you're doing, you're quitting on yourself. So you got to change that mindset. You got to stop filling your head with mind trash. And, you know, that's really all I got for today. Chris, what do you got for closing thoughts?
Yeah, you're right. No, I think that was great. We don't want to make these streams too long. Give us some feedback, guys. You know, we welcome any and all feedback. If you guys love this, if you guys want it to be a little longer or a little shorter, or is it just right, you know, let us know. You know, we're both, John and I, like he said, we are not professional speakers, but we love to speak. It's what we do. You know, we're often on the phone or speaking to our teams, or, you know, we both like to speak. So, but yeah, let us know what you guys think, and we will be back tomorrow with some more content. Anything else you want to add, John?
Just like and subscribe. That's good for the algorithm. We need that help getting this channel out there in people's eyes. And with that, have a great day, and hope tomorrow's better.
That's it.